Hey y'all, this is a public service announcement. I'm sorry, I'm starting in a giggling phase, but this is really a serious announcement in a sense, okay? I thank everyone who has made the choice to subscribe to my channel for the purpose, I believe, mainly of feeling as if something that I may have said at some point resonates with you, for the purpose of probably learning or hearing something new, or simply because you like my energy. Whatever it is, whether it's for educational purposes or not, I appreciate you, okay? And the reason why I said this is I want to kind of explain who Nikisha is, so you understand where I'm coming from with the things that I say, and so you also understand that I'm not speaking about a doctrine, which means I have graduated from being open to being indoctrinated as well. I do not need to join any forces, to join any more denominations. I don't need to be deterred in any direction apart from just the things that I talk about. Why? Because I've already gone through this process of not just believing in certain things. I now know where I stand. I know that the main reason why I am here this very moment is simply to give love in every way I know how to. And the main way for me right now is to simply talk about it, and as I communicate with people, to just allow them to feel my compassion and my love and not judgment. Because I have found not many, just a few, but I address it because the few energetically packs a punch. Do you understand? And the reason why I do not talk about predictions is because I know from personal experience energetically how much fear it festers. Do you understand? So I would prefer to speak about the mirror effect of you if something is predicted, which is a probability, because we have a choice to deter anything that comes or anything that is expected to come from our intention and how we feel in our hearts towards experiencing anything, because everything is by choice. And I know saying this word bothers so many of you out there, because you say, no, I could not have chosen this life, this world, whatever. But in our very small ways we have collectively, and we do by pointing fingers and judging others. And I kind of have proof in that pudding, in a sense, and I see the results of putting together the ingredients into this beautiful cake or pudding or pie or whatever you prefer. When we inject negativity and we inject darkness and we inject, our fear and our beliefs and stuff into things that really are supposed to be layered with spice and love and acceptance and unity, and we always still try to find some way to inject a little bit of negativity, a little bit of darkness. And although we're doing that, we say that, oh my gosh, we are the ones with the light. And I want you to observe this world and observe the messages that comes from people. And you have a right to feel the message. That's all I ask you to do. Feel the messages from everybody. And of everybody who's given a message on this platform, I am one of those who really did not want to. I really didn't care about doing it. I held on to everything I knew for so long because I really, really, really did not want to. And I only do it now because I know it's a part that I have to play. And I try to do it with so much compassion and so much love and so much respect for everything, everyone, everywhere. And I will continue to do it. I think this public service announcement really is to tell everyone else. I've had 2 people who've booked a session with me just to sit in front of me to tell me how much everything that I'm doing is so wrong, and I accept that, and I appreciate where you're coming from. But don't waste that time when someone else really would like to just have someone else sit across them to listen to where they are, and just to be a sacred space to speak to somebody without feeling judged. Don't waste other people's time. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time to try to inject shadows here, because I don't take shadows that I've already let go. So if you do that, when you sit across the screen, all you still will get from me is compassion. Because even though you are trying to tell me that everything you perceive that I'm doing is wrong, and everything you perceive I'm saying is wrong because of one word that I probably didn't say, and you're saying I should have said it, please remember, I'm not confined by any constructs of any one faith. I'm not confined by the constructs of any one belief. I'm just speaking for every single person on this planet with love. So when you sit across the screen from me, I will continue to be compassionate, and it will drive you absolute bonkers if you are not able to see your own light, to realize, oh my gosh, I should just be observing this other human being with the things that she is saying. But pointing a finger and judging her is not going to work, because she does not see anything in me except light. I will not see the darkness and the shadows that you carry across the screen from me. Your angels will. God will. But I don't care about seeing it. All I'm going to do is expand my light to you. And for some of you, it gets too bright and you go. And so if that's what you want to do, if you want me to infect you with my light, okay, keep doing it. That's fine. But if you can't stand it, and if you haven't made the choice to probably feel something different, don't do it, okay? Because it's not possible to drag me into mud, because I've already dragged myself out of it, in a sense. Do you understand? Okay, so that covers that. And I understand many of you have hiccups also about, oh my gosh, she's from Christian faith and she's not saying anything about Yeshua. I have paused about saying a lot about Yeshua, because what I've learned about the aspect of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary through Mother Mary is a little bit different from the way we were taught it when I was growing up, and I'm not ready to talk about that yet, because you're not ready for it yet. And because I haven't said Yeshua in most of my videos, I have one of the beautiful being who chose to tell me how much of a demonic individual I choose to be, because I didn't call the word Yeshua or Jesus. And you have no idea. The Christ consciousness rises in all of us now. We are nothing less than Yeshua. All we are is having Yeshua's consciousness rise in us. All we are is having this I am my brother's keeper, see in my neighbor as thyself, just being for others. You do not understand how much Yeshua is permeating in every household right now, with that one child that you say is insignificant, who's just unable to see why you are bitter, or unable to see why you judge, and is saying, I don't understand why. That's the Yeshua consciousness. That's the Jesus consciousness in your household. And that one individual who tells you, my gosh, you're talking about Jesus, but all I feel from you is judgment. That is the Yeshua consciousness that's speaking to you, that says, be very aware of how you tell people, oh my gosh, I love you, I accept you, but if you don't do this, you are that. Because the one thing that Jesus didn't stand for is judging people. Never did. Never did. So, I hope that covers that for this public service announcement. Just for now, understand, my name is Nikisha Burrell. I will not stop talking in this lifetime. Because, man, I don't want to go back when my exit appears itself again, and be watching and be able to now see every choice that I made with this second chance that I got to live, and say to myself, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't speak up. No. There's not one human being that will get me to stop talking about love your brother like yourself. Love your neighbor like yourself. come to the Father. It's through me. It's through here. It's through here. It's through your heart. It's through how you feel. It's through how you react to this world. It's about you choosing to have people feel your compassion and your love, and not your judgment and your hate and your pain and all these shadows that you choose to carry. It packs a punch when somebody's going through their own karmic path or their own darkness, and all you're telling them is you. What about saying, I love you? And God meets you where you are, right into your path of addiction, right in your path of prostitution, right into your path of all these things that you said, yes, you're doing that, you're damned to hell. No. If you choose to see the light that's in you, God meets you where you are. Your perspective is paramount when you're talking about the light of God. So if you're talking about the light of God, take him out of this box that you've placed God, consciousness, creator, source. Take the aspect of what it is outside of this box where you want to own it. It's just love. God is just love. And everything you do should be aspired from love and compassion and be felt. So don't say God in one breath and shout out Jesus in the other breath and call out all these other saints and ascended masters in the other breath. And then while you do that, when you speak, judgment is felt. Love should be felt. Compassion should be felt. There is no masking of this. If you speak to somebody, even if you can see that last night they were being dragged in the mud, when you speak to them, they will not feel your judgment if your intention is not to judge. Learn how to discern the messages. Yes, it's very important. And if it doesn't resonate with you, leave it without judgment and leave that soul to do as they please while they're taking their own soul journey. But make sure while you're walking your walk, you walk in your light. Identify your light. Identify how you react to this world and how you allow people to react to how you do things. Become an observer of others and how they choose to take their own soul path. And from where you are, just whisper a prayer of healing and support, you know what I mean? And grace and mercy to them. Do not judge them. That is left to a higher source that knows all, does all, and already planned exactly how that should falter. But you play your part. You're a part of this earth universal body. And as long as you are breathing a breath of fresh air, your part to play is being compassionate and love, not judging people, not telling people you're wrong. And you are wrong because I know I'm right. There's not just two sides to anything. It's how you allow people to feel when you interact with them. And how they feel when you interact with them. That is the secret sauce. Because if we chose to do this, we would not have so many adults right now who are so scorned and who are holding on to trauma and holding on to abuse because at some point another human being chose to withhold love so much and hold on to pain and anger so much that they allowed these other beautiful human beings to now be walking around in this world feeling so covered in bruises and mud. No matter how much they wash themselves, they can never feel clean because another human being made this choice to make them feel as if they're not worthy and they're not safe. And then we say, I would never choose this life. Well, somebody chose it for you. Another human being, not God. And please understand, when you walk in this world, every person that you meet and interact with has their own shadows. Learn to protect your spiritual space. Learn to speak to people with discernment and react to people with discernment, but also try to look at the angry person and instead of seeing the anger that comes out, observe them and understand the anger is simply a shadow they picked up somewhere. Maybe when they were 3 or 4, when they had no choice and it was forced upon them by another human being who was taught that too. So where does it stop? Do we keep feeding anger to our children and our children's children because they're going to grow up and hear the stories and say, why are you so angry, grandma or mama? Or why are you so bitter? And because these people did this to our people, and these people did that, and that person did that, and that person is not calling the name Jesus, and instead she's talking about Archangel Michael and this and that, and I despise this individual. Do you want to keep passing this on? Or do you want to simply allow people to have the faculties to feel? Teach your children how to feel, to have the discernment, to say, feel from your heart. And as a matter of fact, they're the ones who are teaching you now, because they don't even know the hate that you carry. You teach it to them like we were taught. It has to change somewhere. Otherwise, another 100 years from now, while so many of us say, oh, why do I care? Why should I do anything? Because I'm not going to be alive 50 years. Are you kidding me? The choices you make now, it ripples immediately. Immediately, the choice and the thought that you have now, it ripples to 100 years from now. Immediately. The choices you make now, it ripples to the life that your family, who hasn't been born yet, will live 100 years from now. The choice you make now to litter, the choice you make now to cause somebody not to expand in this earth by taking their lives before time. It's like you choosing to go into a forest, right? And seeing a beautiful collection of trees and deciding, oh, I'm just going to cut that tree. You don't know anything about the tree, but you're going to cut its life short, and you choose to cut it. But what you did not choose to feel when you went in that forest, like you choose to do with people, by blaming and choosing who deserves to live, or who deserves to speak, or who deserves to be a Christian, or who deserves to be whatever. When you cut that tree down, you never stop to feel how deep its roots go and what the purpose was, and how much that tree's root system connects to every other tree and plant life in that forest. And you did not stop for a minute to feel that when you cut that tree short, it changed the complete dynamics of that ecosystem. Because you did not realize that tree had something to do with every other living thing into that forest. Everything. And by cutting it short, you change the history of that forest, because it's rooted deep. So the choices that you make, feel. Don't just talk because the script told you this, and oh, she's saying things, but that's not in the scripture. Do you know how many hands they've gone through? Do you know the aspect of storytelling? I can do that. I can tell you the aspect of it, but not interested now. Feel. Feel from your heart and your soul. And if it doesn't resonate for you, leave it. It's okay. And for the people that it resonates with, allow them to grow how they feel to grow and expand. But it's one thing I won't stand for, is for this time, this second chance that I have again in this lifetime, for any other human being to tell me how to coin my words, or how to live, or how to choose, or how to be, how to speak. And finally, it's funny, this was just imprinted in my mind, so I'll speak about it. When I speak about angels, and I think many other people on this platform who are probably like me, or who has an opening to discern this, when we speak about angels and I say Archangel Raphael or Michael, an angelic essence, an angelic light is not a individual. It's not individualized. There's no gender applied to it. However, they will perceive themselves as a gender, where you will feel a masculine energy or a feminine energy, which we all are equally yoked, masculine and feminine anyway. But it's a collective consciousness. Not everybody's mind will be able to hold this right now, but in time you will understand more. Any angelic force who is an aspect of God, of source, and even on the shadow side, is the same. Consciousness is simply a collective, it's just a collective source of information, a collective source of support, a collective source of healing, whatever it chooses to be within that time frame for that person. It's a collective. It's not one individual. And as far as you are concerned with your oversoul and your soul, I took a while to figure this out too, to say, oh my gosh, is that possible? Your soul is expansive, that which you are. You are also consciousness. And there's an aspect of you that knows all, but simply allows you, because you're now physically here in this body, to make your own choices. However, if you use discernment and allow yourself to feel, you'll be guided. You'll simply be guided to love and guided with synchronicities and guided to know and feel other people's intention. And it's as if you have your own internal GPS keyed in, and you just know the things that serves you because you allow now your body to guide you, your energy that you are to guide you. So you can feel to say, oh, this crowd is not for me. This habit that I picked up, it's not going to serve me. No. This conversation, no. This is going to deplete my energy. Absolutely not. Nope, not interested. Do you understand? So this public service announcement was to talk about all these things for you to understand. I do not fold. Do not book me to try to point a finger, because I won't point a finger back at you. You will be highly disappointed. And I will sit there and I will still give you nothing but love and compassion. And if you're not ready for it, you won't be able to stand it. And I will love you and love you and love you. And if you're not ready for that love, you won't be able to stand it. And you might feel extremely disappointed by the end of the session. Okay? So if you're not ready for love and compassion and allowing yourself to simply hear your own heart speak, don't. Okay? And I love you. Even if you're not ready for it. Because God loves you. And we walk in that light. Bye-bye.